There we go. Okay. So as far as Chief goes, the idea now is try to find out, as far as a home placement, what environment is most conducive to for him to decompress, one, and then two, to be able to learn how to live in a home environment. First, I would find out if they have any kids or dogs. Kids, how old are they, and how easy is it to communicate with them? Other dogs, age, temperament, do they like to play? Have they lived with other dogs before? Chief's butt is in the camera. Chief, come over here. Whoops. That one might be a daughter. That one might be a daughter. You get it. So find out what the other dog is like. Then a couple preliminary questions would be, where do the dogs sleep? Where do the dogs eat? Where do the dogs go when you're gone? Really easy way to get a lot of information. And then also gauge a feeling of how lax or how on point the foster might be. With him, one thing the staff did mention was that he has trouble going back into this run. I didn't have any issues really. I just utilized high value food and rewarded him, and also came in with him. It wasn't just a close the door and go out. Obviously, I don't expect a person to go into a crate, but as far as he goes, if that crate becomes a place to eat, and then maybe an alternative strategy with a crate with a pin around it or a guest room, it's worth exploring other options if he has a severe crate phobia. He's on a lot of medication right now, like a good dose. I think it's 600 milligrams of gabapentin twice a day and 250 trazodone twice a day, which is heavy. I mean, that's like a pre-vet dosage that he might be experiencing regularly. When I first approached this run, he was very unsure of me. No aggression, no fear or running away, just really trying to, a lot of looking and staring and really low head. So he was kind of really low, looking up, clearly a sign of not super comfortable on the front end. So I built some trust with him, had interacted through the gate a lot with some treats, high value stuff, walked away, reapproached, built a relationship, and then went out to the yard. We did about 15 minutes out in the yard. In the first probably 3 to 5 minutes, there wasn't any interaction like this where he's initiating it. It was just more sharing space, and again, still kind of feeling out what is happening, right? So you could say he might be a little skeptical on the front end. But then once he loosened up, he was clearly loose. I mean, very loose body language, very playful, very run around. And clearly engaging and likes to play. He used the bathroom outside, which is good. No pee or poop in his run right now, or that I saw. So that's a good sign. Other dogs were in yards next to him, barking and stuff. He didn't really care. He tried to play with one of them at one point. He does get excited easily once he loosens up. He's jumpy. He does vocalize a little bit. It sounds like his voice is kind of going, or a little hoarse right now. I don't know if he barked a lot in the foster home or if he's barked a lot here. I'll have to ask them that. But he sounds like a little, like you're losing your voice for a second. Not super mouthy. I mean, if you play with your hands by his face, he will be mouthy. I mean, that's kind of the name of that game. But otherwise, he's not jawing or too much. He did get the zoomies, which was nice, instead of humping or other over-aroused behaviors. So the zoomies were good. You could see how indoors it might be a challenge to contain that arousal. So having alternatives or things that he can go and interact with when the play is over or when you're trying to chill is more than appropriate for him. I would still treat him like a puppy in a home, meaning I wouldn't give him access to, wait till it quiets down. I wouldn't give him access to the whole house at first unless you have everything put up where he can't interact with it or get to it. So management and prevention are more than appropriate. He does like toys, balls. He's liking a ball. Good. And he likes food, obviously, too. think with anybody who meets him, just needs to understand how to build trust with him. It doesn't take long, but it does take some patience. But once you build some trust with him, then you can, you'll see his personality. But on the front end, like I said, very just closed off, not very loose and wiggly at the gate, just more like, okay, what's happening now? So very aware he is, and makes sense as to why, he might be apprehensive to the crate too, or even being put back in the run, just because he communicates clearly. But the idea with helping him become comfortable with those things is more than appropriate as far as how to help him with a crate or a space that's separated from other things. Feeding him in that space being the number one way to accomplish it, potentially twice a day, where he can go in on his own and doesn't have to be stuck or end in a beyond stressful situation for him. Takes a lot of patience, but ooh, he's a good one. He's very tactile too. He likes to be petted on. He likes to mount. Ooh, I know. You give kisses? No, he's not giving kisses, but he's giving nudges and leans. So, ooh, Mr. Doty. All right, Chief, you got anything to say? You got anything to say? No kisses? Good, I like that. We'll end on that one. Good job, buddy. Go out.